Imagine waking up in the morning and it's already too late. No phone, no GPS, no internet, flights grounded, banks frozen, satellites falling silent, the grid gone, and no one can help because they are offline too. This isn't a movie. It already happened, and experts say it's going to happen again, possibly in our lifetime. In 1859, a supercharged solar eruption slammed into Earth, setting telegraph offices on fire and lighting up night skies across the planet. It was so intense, people in the Caribbean thought the world was ending. This was the Carrington event, the most powerful solar storm ever recorded. And here's the terrifying truth: if it happened today, modern civilization would unravel in hours. Let's rewind to the morning of September 1st, 1859. British astronomer Richard Carrington was catching sunspots when he witnessed something extraordinary: a sudden, blinding white flash erupting from the sun's surface. It was the first solar flare ever recorded by humankind. And 17 hours later, Earth was slammed by a massive coronal mass ejection, or CME, a colossal cloud of magnetized plasma hurtling through space at over 2000 kilometers per second. That's twice as fast as most CMEs. And then the chaos began. Telegraph lines, or 1859 version of the internet, sparked violently. Some exploded into flames. Operators were knocked unconscious by electric shocks. Equipment ran on phantom currents even while unplugged. And the skies, auroras blazed across the globe, visible in Rome, Cuba, and even as far south as Jamaica. And people thought that the judgment day had arrived. Now the question is, what made this solar storm so dangerous? It began with a Class X solar flare, the most extreme category, followed by a full halo CME, meaning the sun blasted plasma in all directions, including straight toward Earth. And when that magnetic cloud hit, it violently compressed Earth's magnetosphere, the invisible shield protecting us from solar radiation. Scientists estimate the storm reached a DST index of -1600 NT, a scale used to measure geomagnetic disturbance. And let's compare to understand it completely. A typical strong storm today is -200 to -300 NT, and that Carrington event was more than 5 times stronger. And we were lucky because in 1859 the world didn't rely on electricity. Now let's jump to the present. If a Carrington level solar storm struck Earth today, here's what would happen. Satellites would short circuit or be permanently disabled. Commercial aircraft could lose navigation system and be forced to land mid-flight. Massive blackouts would ripple across countries. Submarine cables essentially for global internet could suffer geomagnetically induced currents. GICs is strong enough to melt internal circuits. But that's just the beginning. Hospitals could lose power mid-surgery. Emergency response system would collapse. Trains could stall. Water systems would stop working, and there would be no way to call for help. One US government report estimates $1.5 to $2.6 trillion in damages just in the first year, and the recovery could take months to years depending on the severity. And here's the most disturbing part: we nearly experienced another Carrington event. In July 2012, NASA Stereo A spacecraft detected a Carrington-class CME. It missed Earth by just 9 days. If Earth had been in that same solar firing line a week earlier, we would be living in a very different world right now. And NASA and NOAA confirmed that the 2012 storm was nearly identical in speed, composition, and strength to 1859. But here's something even more unsettling. Some scientists believe the sun has fired off hundreds of powerful CMEs that missed Earth entirely, and we never noticed because they were aimed elsewhere in space. We dodged a solar bullet, but how many more chances do we get? Today we have space observatories like SOHO, SDO, Parker Solar Probe. They give us early warnings, but not early enough. In most cases, we have just 15 to 60 minutes from detection to impact. And here's the twist: the sun's activity follows an 11-year cycle, and right now we are heading into solar maximum, expected to peak in 2025. Every 11 years, the sun becomes more volatile, like a ticking bomb hidden in plain sight. Its surface boils with magnetic storms, flares, and energy. And this peak we are entering now, it's one of the most active cycles in decades. That means more sunspots, more flares, more CMEs, and more chances of disaster. And some progress has been made. Power grids in the US and Canada are implementing storm hardening protocols. Satellites are being radiation shielded. NASA's Parker probe is giving us never before seen data on CME origins. But here's the hard truth: most of our global infrastructure remains frighteningly unprepared, especially in developing nations where a direct hit wouldn't just knock out power, it could disrupt food, water, and medical supply supplies for weeks. In parts of Africa, South Asia, and Latin America, millions could be unplugged into darkness with no emergency support and no way to recover quickly. Even in wealthy countries, transformers, data centers, and communication systems are still vulnerable to massive overloads. This is not a question of if, it's a when. The Carrington event was Earth's warning shot, a cosmic alarm bell, but instead of preparing, the world hit snooze. We are floating through space, linked to a star that at any moment could wipe out everything our civilization depends on. So what can we do? Push for space weather awareness, demand hardened infrastructure, and most of all, stay informed. And if this video left you speechless, wait till you hear what's coming next, because the sun is capable of something even more powerful. A solar super flare. Could it end civilization entirely? That's we uncover in our next video. Could a solar super flare destroy civilization? It's not just possible, it's overdue. Tap here to find out what super flare really is and why even scientists are scared. And don't forget to subscribe, the next solar storm might not wait. And the scariest part, super flares don't give warnings, they just arrive and race.